How's everybody doing? Hey, clarifying me and Carl. Carl and I, he found me through YouTube. He lives in Middle England, and we became very close through the lockdowns. So he's 5 hours ahead, probably asleep. If I'm not mistaken, he drives. He said, I think I already know what you're going to say. But I did say, well, it's a teaching, not just thoughts, but meant to say, but the why. Why do I believe what I believe? Why am I going to say what I'm going to say? Let's back it up with the Bible and so forth. Fully documented, very much worth your time. I think it's worth it. I went over every word of your message to me and then taught off of it. Surely it will be worth the view to see if I'm making sense. And I said but there because of the word accidentally put by. So, I always loved hearing Carl's voice, that English accent, and I used to show it off to people all the time, like what he sounded like. Is this me or him? I won't say it again unless you. That's me. How do I know if it's Carl talking? Would it be on the other side? But we just go way back, way back, way back. That's me, right? That's him over here. Okay.
Is that for the return or the?
Here's 1 second. I'm still looking at January 10th. Janice
the death.
Tennant.
Is that for the return or the death?
All right.
I sent you the anagrams, right? They're above in the pictures. See what you think.
See, so Carl's a cool dude, man. Always loved rapping with Carl.
Okay, on that second one, he's taken the song. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I'll feel fine.
So that's my friend Carl. And I love Carl. Just always have thought the world of Carl. And how do you not love a voice like that? He's from Middle England. Seemed like he lost his dad recently or his mom, if I'm not mistaken, Carl. Right. And so I knew he got very he had a lot going on. And we just lost touch and I just forgot about him. And all of a sudden I just remembered him. And I'm glad I did. I hope this helps him. I pray to the Holy Spirit that it helps him. One thing while listening, I will listen to it again just to make sure I wasn't mean, too crass, because I think the world of Carl. One more thing that as I was listening to it, I didn't really, because I went really fast because it was a lot. That was a lot of information. And I don't expect y'all to absorb it as you're listening to it unless you're really fluent in a lot of my videos and teachings and so forth. But pause it. Listen to me, rewind, pause, rewind, write it down, study it, go research it. If I give you a Bible verse, but I don't bring it up, pause it, go look it up. Like, don't just try to listen to everything I say and well, what sticks, what doesn't, and just go on to the next YouTube video of somebody else. Study this stuff. Study this stuff with me. But one thing that I listened to in the playback was when I was describing the 1 week of the abomination that causes desolation. There's a 7-year period, yes, but that particular Bible verse can stand on its own. Confirming a covenant, we might only know that sacrifices are taking place in Israel in the third temple as we're starting to get electricity back. Maybe there's places we go in FEMA camps or in city streets. They have big screens erected. We don't know how the world's going to see the abomination, but we might not know it's Trump. We might just see sacrifices taking place in Israel. It might be on the news. It might be something. But Trump, behind the curtain, will have made a covenant with many. Where? In Israel for a 7-day period. But in the middle of that 7 days, I suspect he's going to reveal himself and we're all going to go, that's Donald Trump. And he's alive. And here comes and y'all, there's going to be very, very serious supernatural stuff taking place at that time. And the earth will have been decimated. Waters rising, war, 2 billion people. Because I don't think that's 1/4 landmass. I think it's 1/4 population. We are going, those that are alive, and I don't suspect I will be, but sheep are going to be worn out just from war. But they're going to know the last Gentile sheep when they see that abomination. I'm telling you, Hindu, Buddhist, Muslims, New Agers, oath takers, club members, they're going to wake up from all types all around the world, and they're going to know that Jesus Christ is Lord. And when that last Gentile, it's not just going to be your churchgoers. Matter of fact, I think your Baptist, Methodist, Catholic churchgoers will be the ones least awakened. And then when that last non-Jewish person comes to the fold, you see, another thing I wanted to make very clear, that's why it's always been Israel, because to the true Jew who keeps the Torah and does not know Jesus, that third temple is a holy place. That's why it's called Stand in the Holy Place. Jesus is speaking to the Jews. And Paul, when he's speaking to the Thessalonians, they understand what he means. That to the Jews, that back then when that Bible was written, a temple was still considered a holy place. To the Jew. To the Jew. Now, if a Thessalonian who Paul said that to says, no, our bodies are the temple. Yes, a sheep's body is. And there's other Bible verses that say a temple is, what does it say? God doesn't dwelleth in any man-made. God does not dwell in any man-made. Acts 7:24. God that have made the world, all things therein, seeing that he is Lord in heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands. So the Thessalonians would know this. They would understand that God dwelleth in sheep, but they would also understand when they read this Bible passage that to the Jew, because they knew, if they truly knew the Bible from beginning to end, then they would know that the temple's not, God doesn't dwell in any man-made places now that it's a Holy Spirit world. But they would also then know that to the Jew that Jesus was speaking to in Matthew 24, when he said, flee Judea, that there will be some that will be keeping the Torah and then come to Christ, and then they will flee when they see the abomination take place in what they thought was a holy place. And you've got to remember this book is written as a parable. God meant for many people to be handed over to the Anthony Patches of the world. And by the way, we're going to go over some comments, but in my last video, I did put Anthony Patches stuff in my comments. You can see that red line. I just listened to the whole thing. Down here, I've got Anthony Patch's videos, and I'm going to put them in the regular comments too, just in case some of y'all.
All right, my friend. Everybody says those vitamin C, those fizzy drinks are good for us, supporting our immune system.
Drops again. But now.
So Shaking My Head production did the 9-minute part of it, and it's about the island of Dr. Moreau, which looked pretty creepy. But here's Anthony Patch. 175 speed. Watch this.
Mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast. For it is the number of a man. And his number
This is hocus pocus stuff.
and six.
All right, since I have the microphone right here, I do a lot of talking.
This is Anthony Patch.
The foreword to the magazine is entitled The Wise Will Understand, written by my wife, Kathleen. We entitled this month's magazine Precursor in order to help focus the attention and understanding of many Christians who are being led to believe that the pandemic injection is only a, quote, forerunner to the mark of the beast system. Anthony and I maintain that our bodies are the temple of God's Holy Spirit.
Your body is the temple of God's Holy Spirit. First of all, very doubtful as an Illuminati member that I believe that you are. I wonder if he's going to throw up any hand signals for me.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 19 and 20. He created us, and we are fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139, verse 14. He knit and wove us together in our mother's womb. Everything about us is inspired by his Holy Spirit. We are his masterpiece and the apple of his eye. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 10, and Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8.
Who is he talking about? He's talking about sheep. Is he not talking about sheep who were predestinated and elected? Do you think Anthony Patch believes in free will or election? No, he believes in free will. So he considers all human bodies the temple of God. All human bodies. No.
Colossians 1, verses 16 through 20. I'll reference that here. For by him all things were created, both in the heavens and on earth. This him to reconcile all things. If we were to turn the words around about Jesus' blood to reflect Satan's perspective, he wants to make our blood impure, blemished, tainted, corrupted.
Folks, here's another thing I forgot to mention. Let's just say some 88-year-old lady, sorry to say 88, let's say some 77 or 74. I don't want somebody to look too deep into it because I've had people go, oh, you said 88. Believe it or not, I've had people like get on to me like trolls. I think it was from using the word process. So what number do y'all want to use? What time is it? 8:52 and 41. All right, we're going to say 41. We're going to say, what in the world was I talking about? All right, let's say some 41-year-old lady. She just watches the news. She loves the Lord. She's living a repentant life. As she even reads the Bible, she understands that God doesn't love everybody. And she also kind of has it in her heart that hell's not eternal torment. I'm just giving you everything. Let's just say she's there. She is dialed in. The Lord loves her, and she is in the truth. And she doesn't celebrate Christmas, and she doesn't celebrate Easter. And she's watching the news. And her family comes to her and says, we really want you to take this vaccine. You've got a compromised immune system. You know, you've had this autoimmune disease, and we just really want you to take it. And she's like watching the news and watching the news. She loves the Lord, but she's watching the news, and she's like, well, my next door neighbor's taking it, and my son's taking it. My son really wants me to take it, and, obviously I had her as an older woman, but that 41, okay. But you know what I'm saying? What if it's an old grandpa? Are y'all with me? You're telling me you can be tricked into taking the mark? No. I want to take that kind of false teaching and slap it right upside its head in the nicest way possible. You cannot be tricked into taking the mark of the beast, folks. The mark of the beast is when it's abomination that causes desolation time. The mark of the beast is when the Antichrist is returned from the dead and you got a false prophet there standing in a temple of God to the Jews. You really think that the Antichrist person can stand inside of another person saying, I am God? That's the stretch you're making. And that people can be tricked. So anyway, as I love Carl to death, and obviously I love y'all that are watching this video, let's go over, anyway, I just want to sign off on that. Donald Trump will run again in 2024 equals 8. Okay. Justin Provus, Dr. Mango, Dayrooks, and D-Rex. Love that guy too. He's shown us some really crazy stuff, and thank you for watching my video and all kind of stuff. I think it all happens before then, y'all. I think between now and then, he's going down. Justin Provost said, happy Ishtar, LOL. Got 2 thumbs up on that. I came from my other site, said LOL, oh, those pagans. Jamie had some stuff about my video. By the way, I hope y'all watched it. Guano is bat dung. Well, there you go. Recall Ace Ventura. Bat, S-H-I-T, crazy. I know, right? It's nuts. Guano is used for fertilizer, explosives. Reminds me of like the fertilizer Oklahoma City bomb. I think the entire Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, is about finding a white bat. Good grief. Guano found in a bat cave. Good grief, Jamie. I said I copied and pasted everything you said and can't wait to share it. And I did. I emailed it to myself, but it's still here. So anyway, I wanted to do a follow-up with Carl and your comments. And I hope I was able to make more sense of the previous video. And I will put Anthony Patch. I will put his video. I don't know. I don't want to put it down there. If y'all see me put it in a comment, you're all liable to think I'm trying to promote it. Just know that you go to my comments. Some people just say they can't find my comments on their cell phone. They're there. You just arrow down. I don't know how to mirror it because I don't know how to make a YouTube video on my cell phone. I've never done it and I don't want to learn how. But I've got the Anthony Patch videos there. I said, feel free to watch them after the first minute of Anthony Patch on BitChute. I knew it was bogus, which I've already played for y'all. So anyway, I love y'all very much. Stay in touch. Carl, we love you.